voiceover or on camera. The glitz and glamour of 1960s Hollywood. Behind every dazzling smile and sparkling spotlight lies a story, sometimes inspiring, sometimes mysterious. And today, we're diving into the life of Victoria Vetri, a name that once turned heads on screen and on magazine covers. So, grab your popcorn, because this is one roller coaster ride through fame, fortune, and the unexpected. Start this video. Victoria Vetri, born September 26, 1944, also known as Angela Dorian and Victoria Rathgeb, is an American model and actress. Vetri was born in the Queen of Angels Hospital in Los Angeles, California to parents who were immigrants from Italy. She attended Hollywood High School in Hollywood, California between 1959 and 1963 and later studied art at Los Angeles City College. She began acting and modeling in her teens. Career: television and films. While Vetri was in high school, director Robert Wise considered casting her as Maria in the 1961 film West Side Story, but the studio selected Natalie Wood. In her early career, Vetri often was cast in ethnic roles on television due to her Italian heritage, such as a Native American in Cheyenne and a Mexican in Wagon Train. She also landed ethnic roles in film, including a member of an ancient Maya civilization in the 1963 film Kings of the Sun, and a Mexican in the 1967 film Chuca. Vetri appeared briefly in the 1968 film Rosemary's Baby, where she was credited as Angela Dorian. In one scene, Rosemary, Mia Farrow, remarks to Vetri's character, Teresa, that she resembles the actress Victoria Vetri. In January 1969, Vetri signed a multi-picture contract with Warner Bros. 7 Arts and was given a starring role in When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. She refused to have her hair turned blonde from its natural auburn for the film. The story required a blonde, so Vetri demanded a wig instead. Columnist Hy Gardner nominated Vetri as a new sex symbol on the Hollywood horizon in 1971. In 2018, Vetri said she plans to return to acting. Star Trek. Vetri has been incorrectly identified in numerous sources as playing the role of the human form of a shape-shifting cat in the Star Trek episode Assignment: Earth, a role actually played by April Tatro. Vetri emphatically states she never appeared on Star Trek, saying, "I was never in an episode of Star Trek. I know that people think I am not sure who she was. Look close enough, and you can see that she has blue eyes and I, of course, have brown."
Playboy.
Using the name Angela Dorian, Vetri was Playboy's Playmate of the Month for the September 1967 issue, and subsequently was the 1968 Playmate of the Year. Her centerfold was photographed by Kurt Gunther. Vetri won $20,000 and a new car, an all-pink 1968 AMC AMX, when she was selected Playmate of the Year. A nude photo of her, along with fellow Playmates Leslie Bianchini, Reagan Wilson, and Cynthia Myers, was inserted into Apollo 12 extravehicular activity astronaut cuff checklists by pranksters at NASA. Thinking it would give her the pick of acting roles, Vetri took on modeling for Playboy. However, she said that posing actually hindered her career by limiting the roles she was offered. She felt she was typecast because of her beauty. Vetri posed topless for the April 1984 Playboy pictorial Playmates Forever.
Part 2.
In Tom Clancy's 2004 biography of General Tony Zinni, USMC Ret, Zinni remarks on receiving a copy of the September 1967 Playboy centerfold from his advisors for his birthday, which he kept as a memento of his time in Vietnam. Victoria Vetri's tragic downfall after murder attempt on husband. Victoria Vetri was suffering from depression and paranoia after the death of her best friend at the hands of Charles Manson. Victoria Vetri was a popular movie and television star in Hollywood in the 1960s and 70s. She is best known for her role in Rosemary's Baby and had been titled Playboy's 1968 Playmate of the Year. However, her close friend Sharon Tate's brutal murder in 1969 by Charles Manson's cult followers turned her life tragically. This incident haunted her throughout her life and ultimately caused her downfall and mental instability. Vetri shot her husband, Bruce Rathgeb, in 2010 in a mentally disturbed state. The murder of Tate and Victoria's relation with the Manson cult. Being friends with Sharon Tate, Manson's most famous victim, Vetri was supposed to be at her house on the murderous night. She too would have been murdered if she had not been sick and left the house early. The deep depression resulting from the loss of her dearest friend destroyed her acting career, as is said by Bruce Rathgeb, who became her husband later. Vetri was living in constant fear that she would be the next target of Manson's cult. She used to get dread with fear whenever she happened to watch Manson on TV or in the news. Rathgeb was an LA musician and chef who met Vetri in 1981, and they got married in 1987. He stated that they had been living together happily for some initial years, but her obsession with Manson kept reappearing. Victoria and Bruce had been married for 25 years when Vetri was engaged in an argument with Bruce on October 16, 2010, while they were staying at their West Hollywood apartment. He decided to leave their apartment for the night. While he was waiting for the elevator, she came up suddenly, getting hold of a handgun, and shot him at least once in the upper body as she was mentally unstable then. He was taken to hospital immediately, but his left arm was severely injured. The aftermath. Bruce survived the murder attempt to reveal later how Victoria had been close to Manson's most famous victim, actress Sharon Tate, and how the incident made her insecure and living in constant fear of an attack from Manson's cult for decades. She was arrested and charged with the murder attempt. She was held under arrest in lieu of a $1.5 million bond and entered a plea of not guilty later. The court dismissed the request and tried for an attempt to kill Bruse Rathgeb. Vetri, the Playboy Playmate, was found guilty of the attempt to murder and was sentenced to 9 years imprisonment. She was asked to pay $7,000 additionally to California's Victim Restitution Fund. Vetri had shattered down completely after decades of paranoid torment over Manson. Even though Bruce survived the murder attempt, he lost his wife and the woman he loved. Her story underscores how senseless violence begets only more darkness and despair. Personal life. She married Hugh Terry Wettam on April 7, 1963. Her son, Brett, was born on September 8, 1963. They were divorced in 1966. She then married John Lee Hage on December 29, 1966, and were divorced in 1967. She married Heinz Gottfried Schwetz on November 13, 1978, and were divorced on February 25, 1983. She married Bruse Rathgeb in 1986. Vetri was charged with attempted murder after allegedly shooting Rathgeb from close range inside the Hollywood apartment they were sharing after an argument on Saturday, October 16, 2010. The Los Angeles Police Department's Hollywood Division arrested Vetri. She was jailed on $1.53 million bail. The judge refused to reduce it, pending the trial. In January 2011, the judge also denied her attorney's request for a reduction of the charge of attempted murder. She was ordered to stand trial on that charge. Between January and September 2011, the charge against Vetri was reduced to attempted voluntary manslaughter. She entered a plea of no contest. The judge sentenced her to 9 years in state prison. She was released on parole in April 2018. Victoria Vetri, age 80 years, 2025. Parents and siblings. Victoria Vetri's parents were Italian immigrants who settled in San Francisco, California, where Victoria was born. Her family's rich Italian heritage played a significant role in her upbringing and contributed to her unique beauty. Victoria grew up with her siblings, though specific details about them are not widely known. Despite her fame, she has kept her family life relatively private. Victoria's family background provided a strong foundation for her career in modeling and acting, helping her navigate the entertainment industry in the 1960s and 1970s. Before fame, Victoria Vetri loved art as a child and spent a lot of time drawing and painting. Her parents, who were Italian immigrants, supported her creative interests. She went to Los Angeles City College in the 1960s to study art. Before becoming famous, she worked hard to improve her artistic skills and learned a lot about the world of entertainment. This early dedication to her craft helped her succeed when she later became a model and actress. Famous reason of Victoria Vetri. Victoria Vetri became famous for several reasons. The biggest reason was being named Playboy Playmate of the Year in 1968. This award made her very popular and opened many opportunities for her in movies and TV shows. She starred in well-known films like Rosemary's Baby and When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth. Her striking looks and acting skills helped her become a favorite in Hollywood. People admired her beauty and talent, which made her a big star during the 1960s and 1970s. Victoria's Italian heritage also added to her unique and attractive appearance. Even though she faced personal challenges later in life, her early achievements in modeling and acting remain the main reasons she is remembered and celebrated. Net worth of Victoria Vetri. Victoria Vetri has made a lot of money during her career as a model and actress. She has more than $3 million. She earned this money from her work in movies, TV shows, and modeling. Winning the title of Playboy Playmate of the Year in 1968 helped her get many jobs in the entertainment world. Over the years, Victoria saved and invested her money wisely. Even though she faced some hard times in her personal life, her career brought her financial success. Today, her net worth shows how much she achieved in her professional life.